Do you want to know how to rewire anxious brain via neuroplasticity? If yes, you're at the right place. This is Pratibha here. Let's start. What is anxiety? Anxiety is a natural response to stress or danger, characterized by feelings of worry, nervousness, or unease. It's a normal part of life, but when it becomes excessive or persistent or constant, it can interfere with daily functioning and overall well being. Types of anxiety: generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, social anxiety disorder, specific phobias, obsessive compulsive disorder, PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. We'll see in details all these types of anxiety in separate session. Next is, what is neuroplasticity? This concept highlights the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. To rewire an anxious brain, it's crucial to leverage neuroplasticity by engaging in activities that promote positive changes in brain structure and function. Let's see two concepts and two action steps towards it with example. And the two concepts are selective attention modification, fear extinction, and reconsolidation. First one is selective attention modification. The brain has a tendency to focus on threats or negative stimuli, causing anxiety. By training the brain to selectively attend to positive or neutral stimuli, individuals can gradually reduce anxiety. Second is fear extinction and reconsolidation. Fear responses in the brain can be modified through repeated exposure to anxiety provoking stimuli, leading to a process called fear extinction. Reconsolidation involves updating fear memories, reducing their emotional impact over time. For example, few people are scared of dogs, few people love dogs. So, those who are scared of dogs, why are they scared? Because they get a thought the dog might bite them. So, to get rid of this anxiety, they have to rewire the brain. So, for this, they have to face the fear. They should take a small step, okay, and for a few seconds or a few minutes, they have to stay with a particular dog or dog. And once they will stay with the dog instead of running away, they will learn that the dog is not biting them. It might be more friendly, right? And then what will happen in this way? A brain will get rewired thinking, oh, the dog is not biting me, it's friendly. So, practicing this, slowly what will happen down the time, the scared thought will go away. Then, after seeing dogs, the brain will not, send a signal, like that you have to get scared of it. Because it will send a signal that you are dog friendly, your dog is friendly with you. So we have to face the fear. But take a small steps. Slowly you can do it. It's very easy to say, but still it's not very simple. But we have to start from somewhere. So now we will see two steps, and they are cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) and mindfulness meditation practice. Let's start with the first one, cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT). So, this CBT techniques means implement exposure techniques to gradually confront feared situations or stimuli, allowing the brain to habituate to anxiety triggers and update fear related memories. Let's understand CBT technique by example. For example, situation is we have Sarah. Sarah has a presentation at work and she is feeling extremely anxious about it. Her anxious thought is, I know I'm going to mess up the presentation. Everyone will think I'm incompetent and I'll lose my job. Now let's apply CBT technique to it. Let's see the challenging thought and let's identify it. Sarah identifies the anxious thought. I'm going to mess up the presentation. Now she will go to the next step, which is known as examination. Sarah examines the evidence for and against the thought. For example, she might ask herself, have I successfully completed presentations in the past? Have I received positive feedback on my work? Is there evidence that everyone will think I am incompetent if I'll make a mistake? And she also has alternative thought. Based on the evidence, Sarah generates a more balanced and realistic thought. While there's a possibility I may make mistakes, I've prepared thoroughly for the presentation and have a track record of delivering quality work. Even if I do make a mistake, it's unlikely to result in severe consequences such as losing my job. Next step is repetition. Sarah repeats the balanced thought to herself whenever the anxious thought arises, reinforcing the new perspective. Through this process, Sarah challenges her irrational belief, replaces it with a more rational one. Next step is repetition. Sarah repeats the balanced thought to herself whenever the anxious thought arises, reinforcing the new perspective. Through this process, Sarah challenges her irrational belief, replaces it with a more rational one, and reduces her anxiety about the presentation. The simple CBT technique helps individuals break free from negative thought patterns and manage anxiety more effectively. Through this process, Sarah challenges her irrational belief, replaces it with a more rational one, and reduces her anxiety about the presentation. The simple CBT technique helps individuals break free from negative thought patterns and manage anxiety more effectively. Now let's go to the second action step, which is mindfulness meditation practice. Engaging in regular mindfulness meditation sessions focuses on cultivating present moment awareness and accepting thoughts and emotions which a person is going through. Over time, mindfulness practice strengthens neural pathways associated with attentional control and emotional regulation, reducing the dominance of anxiety related circuits. Let's see this by example. Situation is we have Ellie. Ellie experiences chronic stress and anxiety due to her demanding job and busy lifestyle. She decides to incorporate mindfulness meditation into her daily routine to help manage her symptoms. Preparation step. Ellie sets aside 10 minutes each morning to practice mindfulness meditation in a quiet and comfortable space. She sits in a relaxed posture, closes her eyes, and focuses her attention on her breath. Next is attention training. During the meditation session, Ellie notices mind wandering to thoughts about work deadlines and future worries. Instead of getting caught up in these thoughts, she gently redirects her attention back to the sensation of her breath entering and leaving her body. Next is non judgmental awareness. Ellie adopts a non judgmental attitude towards her thoughts and emotions, acknowledging them without trying to suppress or analyze them. She cultivates an attitude of acceptance and self compassion, recognizing that it's natural for the mind to wander. Through consistent mindfulness meditation practice, Ellie's brain undergoes neuroplastic changes. The repeated focus on her breath strengthens neural pathways associated with attentional control and emotional regulation. Over time, she becomes more adept at noticing when her mind wanders and gently bring her attention back to the present moment. Ellie gradually notices improvements in her ability to cope with stress and anxiety. She experiences greater mental clarity, increased resilience, and a sense of inner calm. These positive changes reflect the rewiring of her brain through the practice of mindfulness meditation, demonstrating the power of neuroplasticity in promoting emotional well-being and or overall well-being. By engaging in regular mindfulness meditation practice, individuals like Ellie can harness the brain's capacity for neuroplasticity to cultivate greater resilience and alleviate symptoms of stress and anxiety. Individuals can leverage the brain's neuroplasticity to rewire anxious patterns and cultivate greater emotional resilience. It's essential to practice these techniques consistently and seek guidance from mental health professionals when needed to optimize outcomes. Neuroplasticity is really powerful to rewire anxious brain. Subscribe my channel for more updates on mindfulness. Stay blessed, stay mindful. Thank you. Take care.